Alrighty, so in this video we're going to dive into a deep discussion of who OpenAI is, the company behind ChatGPT. There has been a lot of requests for this video for people out there who wonder like who actually created ChatGPT, and what do they do, how can I invest. We're going to discuss all of that in this video. So to pop off the video, I asked ChatGPT who is OpenAI, and ChatGPT is the creator. As you can see, OpenAI, they are the creators. So I asked OpenAI who is its creator. Questions humans ask often. But anyway, OpenAI is a research organization that aims to promote and develop friendly artificial intelligence in a responsible way. It was founded in 2015 by a group of entrepreneurs, researchers, philanthropists, with the goal of advancing AI research and ensuring that the benefits of AI are widely and fairly shared. OpenAI focuses on a variety of research areas related to artificial intelligence, including machine learning, robotics, and economics. The organization is headquartered in San Francisco, California. So, as you can see, that is a fairly plain example, but they don't really go into the real deep delving of who OpenAI is. And what I'm going to do, I've done research on the company since they came out with these tools. They start releasing them, and I'll give you the layman's man's version of it. So, essentially, OpenAI, as you can see right here, they are a research and development company, right? And the reason OpenAI started, they started back in around 2015, and as you can see, the team right here, these are the smartest people in Silicon Valley, right? So they started with $1 billion startup budget, and this guy Sam Altman, he's been in Silicon Valley for a very long time. He's a legend out there. He started, I don't know if you heard it, but it's called Y Combinator, with the best startups. So you typically, if you start up a company, right, and you want to become $1 billion business, you're gonna run into this guy sooner than later, right? And he's tied in with Uber, Airbnb. Every big startup that has started within the past 10 years has run through this guy, simply put, right? So to start this company, him, also Elon Musk, they don't show him here because he wanted to essentially separate himself, to not have any conflict of interest, which I believe is a correct thing to do. But Elon Musk also started this company with him as another founder, right? And these are some of the other co-founders, COO, and things of that nature. But how they started, they got the best people in the planet at coding, science, research, and things of that, and gave them $1 billion. Simply put, that's how they started, right? So after doing that, what they started to do was research artificial intelligence, and they recently just started releasing these tools, but they have been doing this since about 2015. So that's about this is 2023, so about 8 years now, right? So that's essentially how they started. Again, these are the smartest people you could have hired, and they gave them $1 billion. So that's the team, right? So now more about OpenAI. From the words of their mouth, OpenAI is an AI research and development deployment company. Our mission is to ensure that general intelligence benefits all humanity. So instead of like some of the other big players out there like Google, Microsoft, creating an AI and then just keeping it for their own benefit, OpenAI was designed to create AI that the general public can use and make it a fair, assessment, so that all of humanity can use it, rather than just keeping it in, creating this super powerful AI and keeping it in the hands of the top companies. Google has their own AI and it's extremely advanced too, but what good is it if the general public can't use it and put it on a playing field? Now that would be totally unfair for a handful of people to have this AI and only be able to use it within a team of 10. Now those 10 people will become extremely powerful, and it's truthfully to be told that Google's AI has been out for a minute and they've been using it already. They haven't released it to the public in a large scale, but there's people out there who's using Google AI. So if you want to know how some people get ahead further than others, there you go. But anyway, that's besides the subject. OpenAI was created to make it a fair and equitable future for all. to simply put it, right? So that's why they got together, create this AI, and distribute it to the public rather than it just being in the hands of one or two powerful people. They distributed it to it all. And Elon Musk and also this guy Sam Altman right here, they wanted to, they're very philanthropic guys. These guys have hundreds of millions of dollars. They're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and after a certain level of money, the best thing you can do is give back, So these guys don't really need more money. These guys are all millionaires. They don't really need more money. And typically with Sam Altman, he invested in a lot of startups, that went on to become worth billions and billions of dollars. So these guys are already loaded, and they just wanted to do something philanthropic and release an AI that everyone can use. So as you can see, all of humanity. So that was Open AI. So now we're going to discuss some of the tools that Open AI created. All right. So, and this is a very good article I found that just pretty much discusses ChatGPT and Open AI. So ChatGPT, Open AI recently, even though they've been in development for 7 or 8 years, they recently just started to release some of the tools. Right. So they have a lot of other tools that they've created that are still in the vault, but ChatGPT, just to show you the capabilities of what they created, is one of the first, well, it's one of the second ones they released. So in November 2022. So again, these are one of the founders, Elon, Sam, some of the other guys. Started back in 2015, and they gave OpenAI $1 billion and said, here, have at it, see what you can create, right? So Elon has since stepped back from OpenAI, to avoid a conflict of interest. And he also tweeted, OpenAI should be more open in my opinion. So he knew long before, what's going on, behind the scenes, and wow, this technology is so great. And if you know Elon, Elon's a special character to say the least, but I would say he's a fair guy, and he, instead of just having him and his Silicon Valley buddies, have this Open AI and just be able to use it for them, he said Open AI should be more open. And within 2 years, he released it to the public. So these are some of the other founders, and a lot of times when there's a technology this powerful, so shout out to Elon, because if there's a technology this powerful, a lot of people would just keep it to themselves. But Elon, him being one of the founders and one of the most powerful men and the richest men on the planet, says it should be more open rather than just keeping it in between these type guys. He said it should be more open. So shout out to him for that, because we probably wouldn't have it. So OpenAI pretty much just does research on it. It's called a natural language processing model, right? So what it does is it can take all of these scripts and begin to understand, how the human thinks and how the human writes. And when you do that long enough, over thousands and thousands and thousands of texts, millions and millions and millions of words, it can begin to put together sentences in a way that humans do it. So that's essentially what's going on, and how OpenAI is so, or ChatGPT is so developed and understands what you're asking rather than having to put it in a Google search term for SEO purposes. It has read millions of pages over 7 years, and it was able to develop its own algorithm for understanding human speech and how to create it in a way that we understand, right? So OpenAI's universe. So this is just a few of the products it has created. OpenAI ChatGPT. So this has been trained for years and years and years. We all know ChatGPT. Somebody says it's scary good. Yeah, we know that. And speaking of that, it's also Elon Musk, right? So again, I know that Elon Musk knows about the behind the scenes of ChatGPT, and he said ChatGPT is scary good. Keep in mind, this is the smartest, well, not the smartest man, but the richest man on the planet. And he says we are not far from dangerously strong AI, which I agree. Right, so he knows what's going on behind the scenes. So this is why I created this course, because I need people to understand, what is actually going on. Like this is about to change the face of the internet. I mean, the face of the world in a matter of months. When ChatGPT 4, 5, and 6 come out, the world will be changed forever, and it already has changed for those who know. So shout out to you for even being in this course and wanting to learn about OpenAI and ChatGPT, because this is literally going to change the face of the planet, and it's going to be able to automate a lot of jobs. Speaking of that, today, as of January 6th, the first robot lawyer using ChatGPT is going to court. So soon, public defenders will be defeated, maybe judges. It's a lot going on. So if the richest man on the planet who has access to the best technology on the planet says ChatGPT is scary good and we're not far from dangerously strong AI, you should most definitely listen. So OpenAI is also non-profit. So they are not doing this. If they were a business, they would be very rich by now. They already are very rich. But if they were a business and their whole goal was to make money from it, it will be less, what's the word? Less equitable for all if their goal was to just be a business software, right? So their goal is they started as a nonprofit to actually, do some good in the world, right? So OpenAI also has collaborated with Microsoft, so Google has a competitor. Microsoft just joined, to pretty much even the playing field and do it in an open way. So shout out to Microsoft for that. So that's just a brief article. And some of the other tools, if you're not familiar with OpenAI, that they have released is DALL-E 2. Now, I remember when DALL-E first came out, I thought this was the greatest thing since sliced bread. I tell you, like I was telling everybody about it, and everybody was just like, "Oh, okay, cool, right? Yeah, okay, yeah." So, just a quick recap of what it does. So, what you can do is you can type this in, and DALL-E will create a image from text. So if you can, it's up to your imagination, but you can say an armchair in the shape of an avocado, and DALL-E will print an image like it. And this one, 3D render of a cute tropical fish in an aquarium on a dark blue background, digital art. And this is what DALL-E 2 came up. Keep in mind, none of these images exist. These images have never existed on the planet, and a computer made it. Now, when I first found out about this, I thought, like I say, this was the greatest thing ever. And then when ChatGPT came out, my mind was blown, simply put. So this one, a 3D render of an astronaut walking in a green desert, still amazing. A plush toy robot sitting against a wall, a yellow wall. Keep in mind, these images do not exist. So I just want you to, as you see these images, understand, they don't exist anywhere but now until you create it, right? Never existed before. A photo of Michelangelo sculptor wearing David wearing a headphones DJing. These images do not exist, and there has been a lot of flack coming from artists, saying, hey, well, they're a little scared, and rightfully so. But I think with art, if you're scared, you should be scared. But for the artists who aren't scared, people will appreciate good art and craftsmanship. So don't really worry too much about that if you are artists. But yeah, so let's continue. As you can read that, keep in mind these images do not exist, and these were just this was the first rendition of what OpenAI released. And this was ChatGPT, and then after a month or two of DALL-E being out, ChatGPT came out, and it blew the world's mind. So I remember when this first came out, it blew my mind. And then ChatGPT came out, it blew my mind even more. I didn't even have a mind after ChatGPT came out. So again, these are just some of the small AI tools. I say small in quotations, that OpenAI has released. And keep in mind, they've been doing this for 7 years, since 2015, and they have a lot more in the bank. So this is the guy, Sam Altman. This is him right here. If you ever see him anywhere, this is, I can tell you from experience. I applied to Y Combinator, and I didn't get accepted, haha. But I've learned that if you want to build a big company on the planet, this is the guy who you want backing. Him, Elon, and a bunch of other smart guys. These guys right here, Brad, Greg. I don't know who Mira is, but Ilya. These are very smart people, and they gave them $1 billion, and you see what they turned out with. So OpenAI, this is going to be one of the next $1 trillion companies. It'll probably be the fastest company to get to $1 trillion. It's worth multiple billions already. It'll be worth billions sooner than later. I don't think you were able to invest in it yet. If you are, it may Who knows? Who knows if they'll let you invest in it? I know it's a nonprofit, so I'm not sure how that will work. But this is going to be one of the fastest companies to $1 trillion. And, you know, these are just a few of the tools, you know, that they're releasing. So if you are one who wants to pretty much understand, you know, about, you know, the next revolution of AI, you know, this is the company you should know about. You know, I don't want to say they're the biggest, you know, but they're the ones who are actually putting out their research and putting their money where their mouth is. A lot of AI companies have done, you know, great things, but, you know, they haven't released it to the public. And what good is a book that has never been shown to anybody? Nothing. It's worth nothing. You know, so OpenAI is actually putting out their tools and, you know, putting their money where their mouth is. And it's, you know, we see the results. So that's it for this course right here so far. This is who OpenAI is, the creators of ChatGPT. You know, they're going to be, as you can see, they started with $1 billion, now they're worth $29 billion, and they're going to be worth a lot more. So, you know, I will stay very close to this website right here and what they put out, and anything they put out, I will look very deeply into it. Also, I want to show you another tool that they released under ChatGPT, DALL-E 2, Whisper, right? So Whisper is a automatic speech recognition tool, and what it does is it can dissect speech. So say for instance, you hear someone talking in the background and you want to understand what they're saying, or you have a song that was playing in the background of a lot of talking and you want to know what that song is. That's what this does. So here it goes.
This is the Micro Machine Man presenting the most miniature motorcade of Micro Machine. Each one has dramatic detail, terrific trim, precision.
If you were to speak this fast into Google, Google would not understand nothing you're saying, and you know it will tell you to try again 1,000,000 times. But Whisper was able to take this text, decode it, and understand the human element of what this guy is saying, and able to erase a transcript. I'll play it a little bit more.
Plus incredible Micro Machine pocket place. There's a police station, fire station.
This dude is speaking very fast, and the machine was able to dissect and decode exactly what he's saying.
Restaurant, service station, and more. Perfect pocket portables to take any place. And there are many miniature places to play with, and each one comes.
Because it has 680,000 hours of multilingual and multitask data collected from the web. So that's how it's able to, you know, fine-tune its skills. So it can able to dissect songs, even in different languages, different languages also.
Whisper est un système de reconnaissance automatique de la parole entraîné sur 600.
Is able to eliminate the background noise, you know, and you know, really understand what the person is saying. And one more, even with people with heavy accents. So Southerners, I'm a Southerner. You probably hear my voice a little bit if you're from New York or another place, but yeah, this is what it does. Even accents in other languages. So that's really amazing. You know, that's just one of the tools, but that's it for this video. Let's go on to the next.